is always easy when you're in Cardone U. We role play with Grant Cardone's team. They know just what to do. They're always there to support us. We couldn't ask for more. On our way in the right direction, we found what we're looking for. In FLC, in FLC. Closing is better with appointment setters. You'd better believe we're not a team but a family. We work together in harmony. We are devoted, and that you can quote me, in FLC. We welcome the newbies gladly. We know there's so much to learn. We've got your back for a lifetime. There's no need for concern. Just look at the world around you. There's deals to close everywhere. And if you face an objection, what would Jabari say? In FLC, in FLC, objections are easy. If you don't believe me, I have to agree. We can role play at any time. To disagree, that is a crime. We're practicing to get the cha-chings in FLC, in FLC. Since we started training, our leads ain't complaining. They're so happy. We get to role play with Big Brother Dave. We've got Coach Sean, the best coach ever born, in FLC. All of our closers, they keep their composure. 10X is the goal, Uncle G, well he knows. We've got the spirit, and you've got to hear it. We're FLC.
The video like lagged. I was like, oh my god, where is it? Hoo-ha-hoo. Oh my god. Welcome everyone.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Oh my god, yes. And welcome to the very first Hangout of the year. Oh my god. So we're going to dive deeper into this year, right? But I just want to say, I'm sure I can speak for Misty as well, that we are so excited to be having the Hangouts go into 2023. We've got some really big plans. And yeah, so welcome back. We've missed you guys. This year's topic is, as you can see, let's make this year the best yet. How are we going to do that? Let's have a little chat. I'm so excited. So, Misty, how are you making this year the best yet?
First of all, I'm so excited to be on here. I'm so excited we're doing this again. The way I'm doing it, I'm going to do things differently this year. I'm going to be more disciplined. I'm going to be more strict with myself. I'm not going to be taking things so easily and just kind of like, I'm done procrastinating, which I do a lot. Did you freeze on me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but your picture froze. That's okay.
Oh no.
It's okay. You'll start moving eventually. As long as we can hear you at least for a bit.
That's funny.
But you just have this shocked look on your face.
I'm always shocked. In the best way.
Surprised. Okay. But that being said, with what I'm doing different, and I'm not setting New Year's resolution. Okay, we're already about a weekend. We're 8 days into the new year. Are you guys done with your New Year's resolutions yet? You done with it? Are you finished? You done setting yourself up for that? Okay, fantastic. If you are, great. Let's get down to business. Now we're going for lifestyle change. We're not doing the New Year's resolution. The New Year's resolution kind of, it irritates me a little bit. It's like somebody looking at me telling me, you need to go on a diet. Why are you wanting me to set myself up for failure? Okay. And it's obviously not even a failure I'm learning from, because if I'm continuously doing the same thing and still not reaching any goals, why do you want me to keep setting myself up for that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because to me, a New Year's resolution, like I said, it's like a diet. A diet is something you have really good intentions on, and you really want to, and you get into it, and you start it, and you maybe last a week, if you're lucky, a week, 2 weeks, and then you give up on it, right? So because all you can think about is what I can't have, what I can't do, what I can't do this, and I can't do that. And it's like, why are you setting yourself up for that? Why not go for a lifestyle change and do it in a way where you're not saying, I can't, but I get to, instead of, I can't have this or I can't eat this. You know what? I can eat this, but in moderation. But what's even better is I can eat this instead, still get my cravings met from this. With this, it's a healthier option. And it's moving me forward into reaching more of my goals and getting to where I want to go, as opposed to this where I'm saying, I can't have this, I can't have this. And then that becomes my focus, and that's all I can think about. And then I end up failing, right?
Yeah.
So if we set ourselves up for a lifestyle change, we're changing that mindset, putting ourselves into a position where I can do this. Okay, if I want to stay away from this, I'm not going to say I can't have this or I can't do this. I can do this. Like I can sit and binge watch on Netflix, right? I can do that. But how about I do this instead? This that gives me more energy and puts me further into the life of my dreams, closer to that and closer to reaching my goals, and still get or even get more out of this than binge watching Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Binge watching Netflix, unless you know how to monetize that, it's not getting you anywhere.
Absolutely. And I love that you use the example of the diet as well, because it's the same thing, right? It's a lifestyle change. Have I unfrozen, by the way? Am I moving again?
No,
I'm still frozen.
Yeah, we'll pretend you're moving.
Oh my God.
This way
I
you
was
can
just doing a little
dance
for you. Oh dear. Uh-oh. Well, hopefully I'll unfreeze, because I have something to share with viewers, and Misty, you already know. But what I was saying is, it is very much a lifestyle change, and not one goal that you're gonna work on for, well, a year. It's meant to be, but it never ends up being the whole year, right? I mean, not everyone, but in my experience, I've given up way before the year was over and my New Year's resolutions. But I think what's different with this year, and what I want to do different when Tracy's been practicing her ventriloquist. I said I saw your message too. I'm not sat very still. I wish I was that good. I am moving. I'm doing a lovely little arm dance for you, but you'll never get to see it.
I was going to say, you can make funny faces at us. We'll never know.
Yeah, exactly. How do you know I haven't been? No. What I want to do different this year is make my goals a lifestyle change and not call them resolutions, because you're still the same person, right? You're still you. It's not new year, new me. You're still you. It's just a different mindset you need to switch into. That's when the camera unfreezes at the most timely moment. Yeah, I'm going to be careful. So yeah, it's the same you. It's just a different mindset, a different way of life. And you need to build these habits to get to where you want to be. It's not suddenly it's January 1st and you have all these new habits that will get you to your goal. The whole year is going to be a process of learning habits and implementing new habits. And I honestly think every month you should be making new goals, because you're going to be growing. So yeah, I think that's a strong point that we want to start off on, is make this year a new lifestyle to cater towards where you want to be, instead of trying to suddenly change your whole life, if that makes sense, because that it's not going to work. And Seb is a big fan of Atomic Habits, right? And that's kind of what they talk about in there. It's never going to be an overnight thing, but that's the fun part. It's a process.
Yeah, it's when you're. Why don't you? log out really quick and log back in, and then see if
Okay.
that changes your camera. But when you're going for a lifestyle change, it is a long-term thing. It is not something you do like, yeah, I agree. I'm still working on that one, Seb. Atomic Habits is a must read for everyone. I'm still working on that one. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, a lifestyle. There you go. Lifestyle change is a life. It's a long-term thing. It's something you have to. It's a learning process. It's something you have to make your mistakes and get up and do it again. Get up and do it again, and keep doing that. You know, we have a lot of the multimillionaires and people telling us when you're a baby, when you're learning how to walk, you fall down, you get up and you keep going, you stay persistent. And that's pretty much what a lifestyle change is. And when you start doing that, it eventually gets to where it's so natural. You're doing it on autopilot. You don't even think about it anymore. It's just natural and you're automatically doing it. And that's why I say I don't want to do resolutions. The New Year's resolutions to me it's like a bad lesson we don't learn. And I say we don't learn from it. And in that mind, it makes it a failure, because a failure is something you get to learn from. And if we're not learning from that mistake or those learnings that were coming up and we're not doing, following through with, then to me, that's a failure. And I may be wrong on that, and you guys are more than welcome to call me out on that. But to me, that's what a failure is when you keep repeating the same stupid mistakes all over again. And it brings up that what Einstein used to say, but I can't think of the entire quote. It's like something about being dumb and repeating the same things over and over again. That's what stupid is, or whatever. I don't know.
The definition of crazy is like repeating the same thing and expecting a different result.
Yeah, there you go. I knew somebody knew it. But to me, that's what a New Year's resolution and a diet is. It's something that you're constantly doing over and over and over again, and it's not clicking in. You're not getting that lesson from it in order to move forward and change into something else where it's more natural and you're doing it automatically. I want something I'm going to do automatically. Right? Yeah, and I think we should make, like, you always hear, hey, let's end this year with a big bang. Well, no, I want to bring in the new year with a big bang. So let's just set off a bunch of bombs and just kind of blow everything up.
That's what they say, right? And I've never heard it before until we started training. And I mean, this is my first new year with this new training we're doing. And they all say how you end is how you start. So how you end the year will be how you start. And if you're hearing that and you're thinking, oh no, like I ended drunk and I ended hungover and I did all this, it's not too late. Okay. It's not a be all end all on January 1st, December 31st. 31st or 30th? 31st, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Don't confuse me any more than I already am.
I know, but yeah, it's not a be all end all. You still have time. So don't just blow off the whole year because you might have started it not how you want to. And to be honest, I haven't started the year as strong as I want to. I was quite sick at the very beginning. And then I was moving around. I came back to this place and the Wi-Fi's bad again. I'm like, but I know that I can still turn that around. And at any given point, you can turn what you're doing around if it doesn't fit your lifestyle anymore. And I think it's good to kind of lead in, because we've talked now about setting good goals with the mindset of how do I say, the mindset of it's a lifestyle change, not a, you know what I mean? What am I trying to say? It's a lifestyle change, not just this new habit you're doing that's probably going to fizzle out in a little bit. So how now with that knowledge can we set good goals? Any goal is good. Like you need to have goals. A life without goals is boring. Let's just put it out there. So how are you going to set good goals to make sure that you will achieve them and not going to fizzle out of them? What do you think?
I want to mention this before I forget it really quick, okay? And then I will answer that.
Yeah.
Your year does not have to start on January 1st. The year that you want can start today and move forward. So you can start that year of new growth and new lifestyle change from any day and any time. Okay.
Exactly.
That being said, what you were saying about goals, you want to set your intention every day. You really want to start your day off with being very aware of what you have planned for the day and what you're doing. Don't just go on autopilot and just go throughout the day going through the motions. Set your intentions, set your, like Grant Cardone and a lot of us at FLC, the core family, are working on. I'm not going to say all of us have it down. There are a few of us who have it down very pat and are very disciplined with that and good. Setting their goals every morning, writing that down, and then they do it at night. Some of us are still working on that, but that's a really good way of doing it, right? But you get up, the first thing you do in the morning, obviously you go to the restroom, then you go back to the bedroom and you sit down and you write out everything, write out your goals, what your intentions are for the day, and be very aware of what you're doing. Be very aware of everything you want to have to accomplish in that day. So if you're wanting to set a different lifestyle and get into the habit of doing something else so it becomes automatic, you want to be very present in the moment and be very aware of what you're doing and what's going to come next.
So true.
Yeah, because a lot of us just go on autopilot, and that's just, we just get up and same routine every day, and we don't really think about what we're doing. It's just automatic.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Once you get into those good habits and allow yourself to take time to get there, that's when it will become automatic and it's going to be easy. Like, to me, writing my goals out every morning sounds like such a chore. I used to be like, I can't do that. Like, I can't put away 15 minutes in the morning to really sit with myself and write my goal. But I kept doing it, and now it feels weird if I don't do it. I'm like, oh, like something's off all day. But yeah, so that it is very true. And I was having a couple service calls with people recently, and I was telling them it might, because a lot of people also don't. Okay, Zoomer. See, it says Facebook user with these comments, but I just know who you are. I know who you are.
Yeah, we know his comments so well that we know exactly who it is without looking.
From the first comment, I knew.
Yeah, him and Shabaria, and you just kind of know how they talk. And, yeah.
Especially now you said, okay, Zoomer, you've outed yourself with that one. Anyway, what was I saying? I digress. What was I just saying?
No facts.
Oh. Yep. Oh my God. I'm getting distracted. I was having these calls with these people who are also kind of struggling on how to set good goals and how to make sure they'll actually stick to them and achieve them. And now I've seen Pierre's name and I'm distracted again. And I was telling them, stick to a short term and a long term, because when you have a short term, it's much easier to kind of envision it. And this is just my opinion. But it's much easier to kind of see it, envision it. And then with the long term, it's exciting. It's like, okay, well, once I'm there, then I have there to go. And every day, and this is something I've heard. This is something I've heard from one of the Cardone guys. That is, or maybe it might have been someone in the team. Maybe it was you, Seb. Same difference. You're all legends. Is to treat every day of like, okay, what do I need to do today to achieve my goal? How am I going to get closer to my goal today? Don't think about, because when you leave it for a month, I'm not even going to read the new comment until I'm finished speaking because I will get distracted. When you leave it for a month, you subconsciously think, okay, I have all month. to do it. But when you have it day by day, you just have that day. So you're much more likely to actually get going. I found that really helpful. I don't know what you think.
Well, I think that it's really good when you set your goals every day, because your response, I'm like waiting for it. I think it's really good when you set your goals, because when you set your goals every single day, you can set those goals in a certain way that's going to impact the bigger picture. And then over time, as you're setting those goals, when you go back to look at the bigger goal again, you're like, oh my God, I'm so close.
Yeah.
Or, oh my God, I already surpassed that. So
Yeah.
it's like,
exactly.
it's easier. It is difficult when you get started, but once you get going on it, it really becomes easier. And then you're like, why wasn't I doing this before?
Yeah. Exactly. Do we have to...
so awesome.
Oh, I do. I love it. I do love it. This is what the Hangout's all about, right? It's fun. It's a fun time. But anyway, yeah, you were saying something very, very vital.
Well, no, it's just that because when we set our goals every day, we can set them in a certain way to not only accomplish what we want to accomplish for that day, but also what we want to accomplish for the bigger goal, right? Because you were saying long-term goals and short-term goals. Well, short-term goal would be a goal every day.
Yeah.
Your goals every day. And then each one of those goals can lead up to your long-term goal, get you moving into that area, in that path, that direction.
Yeah.
And then once you look back at, okay, after some time, you look back, okay, this was my long-term goal. What do I need to do now to get to that? And you can look at it and your past goals and like, oh, I'm already halfway there, or I'm practically there. Or you know what? Maybe you find out, oh my God, I already surpassed that. And now I'm doing better than I thought. And now what do I do? I need to make this even bigger, or extend it out longer, or whatever that needs to be. But yeah, those the short-term goals will be, break down into small daily habits with low resistance.
Make it biteable. Make it
recipe for success. Yep.
It's so true.
I love Seb on here. He is so awesome.
Yeah, I know.
It's like
he really is the brain. I feel like the brains of at least me, and everything I feel like I want to say but don't know how. Seb says that, I'm like, yes, and then I just take the credit because I'm like, oh, that's what I thought. Yeah, you need delicious goals. Goals that will get you excited, and like what you said is, the short term can be an everyday thing, because you're probably setting yourself short with your goals. Like I'm looking at you right now. You need to 10x your you need to 10x your goals, and by setting these daily goals to get to your big goal, you're going to get there so fast. And I feel like that's another reason why I said maybe monthly, or big businesses will do it quarterly, right? They'll do quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. And yeah, that's quarterly, 4 quarters. Felt like I needed to explain to everyone what a quarter was. But I feel like that's really helpful, because once you surpass your goal, you can set new goals. And that's going to be really healthy for your motivation, and just your life in general, because you will come to see just how powerful you are when you actually set these proper, like good quality goals, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. It's like we've learned from Grant Cardone, and what we're working on putting into practice. A lot of us have gotten a little better at it than others, but it's a work in progress. We all are. And we should be that way all our lives. When we're talking about setting goals, your short-term and your long-term, and we're taught by Grant Cardone to 10x that goal. So when you set those goals and your long-term goal is a certain bigger picture thing, and those each individual ones, like the daily goals, you want to set it set your daily goal, but 10x that. In other words, think of it bigger, set it bigger than what you originally intended. That way you're more likely to hit the goal, even surpass that. And otherwise you're like, well, this is what it is, and I just can't make that. I just can't. You kind of give up.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
yeah, and go ahead.
No, sorry. I was gonna say, us at FLC, like for this year, we have big goals. We have really big goals with like FLC as a team and with this hangout. But it doesn't seem as impossible as if you just kind of wrote down this goal and was like, this is what I'm going to do it. This is what I'm going to do to get there. But once you break it down into smaller chunks, like Seb did the other day, he broke it down into, okay, this is what we need to do daily to get to this goal. Suddenly you're like, wow. You say that big number for the year and you're like, and then you break it down into a day. You're like, that is completely doable and we are going to do it. So
Consider it done.
Consider it. It's already done. It's already done. But yeah, so just the power of breaking it down to each day is so powerful. And then break your days down. We've talked about this into smaller segments. I'm going to do this to get this done. And suddenly it's so easy, and you will see quite quickly how much you've underestimated yourself. It's all about perspective. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You just zoom out and look at the bigger picture, and suddenly it's much less scary.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I kind of look at it this way. I love food, right? I'm a foodie. I love food. So I'm kind of looking at it. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of looking at it like this. You have this, and then not everybody's a meat eater, and I apologize, but this is the only thing that comes in my mind that's because it's harder to digest, is if you have this big steak, right? You got this big steak and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to eat all this steak. The steak is going to be so good. I'm so excited. And then, like Seb says, you have to break it down into biteable pieces, because if you just take that steak and shove it in your mouth, the whole thing in there, it's too much. You can't chew. You can't even get it all in there, right? And then you just look like a big booger, and you got to take it out, and you just kind of start. It's just
messy.
It's just gross. So if you cut it up into smaller chunks, into smaller biteable pieces, then it becomes easier to chew, to swallow, to digest, and to savor.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got to do that with your goals and make them so I know, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be gross with it, but it's like that's kind of the way I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because it's like you've got to realize some people like me, I'm visual. I like to see it. And I've learned that I talk a lot with my hands. But I'm a visual person. I've got to see it and picture it in my head, and then I get it. And so this is the way I could get it was you say biteable pieces, biteable, take it, cut it down into smaller chunks. That's what I can relate to. So that's what I can only, that's the way I'm thinking about it. But yeah, so it's just, there was something else I wanted to say too, and I can't remember what it was, but it's okay.
It'll come back. Yeah, no, it's so true. It's so true. And I feel like I say that all the time after you speak or on our hangouts, but it is. And we have about a minute left. But I think from me, and I think I can speak on behalf of the whole team at FLC, we'd really encourage you, anyone watching live or replay, to, if you haven't already, sit down and write down your goals for this year. And please don't underestimate yourself. Set the big goals. Set goals that excite you. Not, oh, this would be nice. No. If you're thinking that, 10x whatever you just wrote down and do it until it excites you. So take 20 minutes and just think about it, because the power it holds is, and this year, by the way, is going to be really strong for these hangouts. We are going to have the best year yet. We're doing amazing training this year, and we've got big plans and goals in place for this hangout, right? So look forward to it.
So excited.
And by the way, I've been waiting to show everyone. If your goal doesn't excite you so much, a little P comes out, then it's time to dream bigger. Exactly. So when you're writing these goals, maybe like wear an old pair of trousers, just so that you can get excited. Right? Anyway, moving on to my top that we got FLC.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. Those look so awesome.
I'm so excited about them. So yeah, hopefully these will be for everyone soon. So keep an eye out.
Those are so awesome. I'm so excited.
So excited.
I just want to say before we go, I want people to know that we here at FLC and the FLC core family, we really truly believe in you, and we wouldn't be saying it if we didn't mean it.
Yeah.
And we really want to support you and help you get into the mindset where you believe in yourself. So you quit taking yourself out of the game, because you are important. Your dreams are important. And there are people out there who are waiting for you to do whatever business or industry you're going to be in that's going to help them out and better their lives. And then in turn, they can help somebody else to better theirs from what you've done. So allow us to do that with you and for you. Allow us to be there for you, and allow us to come in and really give you the support and love that you need, and reassurance and accountability, because we all need it, but we're all here for you. And quit taking yourself out of the game. Quit setting yourself up and talking yourself out of it. Get out of your way. Let us be there for you and help support you and give you that push that you need. That's what we're here for.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you guys. Yeah. So before we completely end this, because we do have such big goals for the Hangout, and we want to see it grow and impact more people. Please give us in the comments, give us your ideas. Let us know what you want to know about. What are you struggling with? What do you want to learn? What do you want to know? And let us give you that information here. If not here, message up here, personal message us, and we will get to you and get you those answers and whatever. But we will love for you guys to give us your ideas on what kind of content you want, so we can make sure that we're delivering what you guys need and what you're, giving you that support.
We're not doing this for us. We're doing it for you guys. So yeah, tell us what you want.
We just get to have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we are doing it for us because it's so much fun, but it is for you guys. So yes, exactly what Misty said. And dream big, because you deserve it.
Yes. And we're here. So with that being said, are we ready? Love you guys. I know, I'm so excited for this. Thank you so much for being on, Seb, Chibaria. I even saw that Andy was watching. Thank you guys. We love you guys so much. All of you guys that are watching, we love you, and we will talk to you later.
Closing is always easy when you're in Cardone U. We role play with Grant Cardone's team. They know just what to do. They're always there to support us. We couldn't ask for more. On our way in the right direction, we found what we're looking for. In FLC, closing is better with appointment setters. You'd better believe we're not a team but a family. We work together in harmony. We are devoted, on that you can quote me. In FLC. We welcome the newbies gladly. We know there's so much to learn. We got your back for a lifetime. There's no need for concern. Just look at the world around you. There's deals to close everywhere. And if you face an objection, what would Jabari say? In FLC, in FLC, objections are easy. If you don't believe me, I have to agree. We can role play at any time. To disagree, that is a crime. We're practicing to get the cha-chings in FLC, in FLC. Since we started training, our leads ain't complaining. They're so happy. We get to role play with Big Brother Dave. We've got Coach Sean, the best coach ever born in FLC. All of our closers, they keep their composure. 10x is the goal, Uncle G, well he knows. We've got the spirit, and you've got to hear it. We're FLC.